Hey guys, Luna here. Thank you for visiting my channel. I appreciate you for being here. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe so that we may remain connected. Today, November 24th, marks my 11-month anniversary as a nomad, and we're going to talk about that. I'm sure some of you who didn't think I would make it, and even a few of you who hoped I wouldn't, but I did. I have been in town since October the 30th um, to be with my grandchildren for Halloween, and I'm still in Phoenix now because I'm kind of stuck. My Blue Eddy power station stopped working when I was here, and I'm going through the process of waiting for it to be replaced. And until then, I am here at my son and daughter-in-law's new home, and I'm going to be here until I can get my power station because it charges everything in my van, my refrigerators, my charging my phone, anything that needs to be plugged in is what I need my power station for. So I can't go anywhere until I have it. But being here this time has allowed me to help them move. They moved into a new home and, dropped the U-Haul, do way too much. I've really overexerted myself. That's something I have noticed that when I'm in town, I do way more and overexert myself more easily here. And I have to be mindful of this chronic illness body. And I'm just not as good to myself here as I am when I'm solo. So that's something that I still need to work on. It's definitely something that I have noticed. I've had an uptick in my chronic pain because of my activities. I've just overdone it, picking the children up, put them in the car, out of the car, in the grocery cart, out of the grocery cart, just picking them up and down, going up and down stairs when I know that my legs just do not like that. And the degenerative disc disease in my back has just been like, rawr, because I've just been way too active. And I have noticed that I'm not as gentle with myself when I'm around family as I am when I'm solo. And I have to figure out the balance for that. But I have noticed it. I have made a note, and I'm going to work on that specifically because I have to have that balance. Because I also noticed that they don't recognize my limitations or acknowledge my limitations because I don't put them forth. I will always try and overexert myself until to the point where sometimes I just can't even walk. And I have to learn how to allow myself to be ADA cognizant. You know what I mean? I have to stop pushing myself, which is what I often do. You know, yeah, I gotta get better with that. But as far as this journey, I've learned a lot. I've learned what I like, what I don't like, who I like to be around, who I don't want to be around, where I like to camp, where I don't like to camp. I've learned how to ration water much, much better. I've learned that I don't need half of the shit that I have and that I started out with. I have downsized and downsized and downsized, and I still have downsizing to go. I completely recognize that I need another vehicle. The one I have is not sufficient. I need to be able to stand up completely, and I can't do that now in my vehicle. I've downsized my bed from a full to a twin. I don't like that. So there's definitely some things that I'm looking forward to in my future to have differently, but right now I'm working with what I have. I I realized that all campgrounds aren't the same. I didn't know that starting out, and I was very misguided, and not intentionally or anything like that. When I started out in Quartzsite, Arizona, and it gave me unrealistic comfortability that I wasn't going to have once I left that area, because they're long-term visitor areas and they have amenities like water trash and for who needs it, dump me. I didn't know that wasn't everywhere. It was a misconception on my part, but I just thought it was like that everywhere. And once I left there and I just hit regular campgrounds and was doing just regular boondocking, I realized that, oh, I have to take my trash somewhere. I have to pack it up, stinky trash, and take it somewhere. And I have to go to the grocery store and get water. That was very difficult for me because, of course, I could put my 6 gallon water jugs. I have six, I have my water jugs are 6 gallons each. Too heavy, extremely heavy. I couldn't pick them up when I first started. And but in Corsight, I could put those on the back of my car on a carrier and could just drive up to the pumps and fill them up. But once I got to Cottonwood and Sedona and Belmont and Flagstaff, and there wasn't any water, and I had to go to the grocery store, so I had to pick the water up, put it in, those dispensers and fill them up, and then pick them up and put them in the cart and pick them up out the cart and put them onto the carrier. It was entirely too much. And but that did teach me how to ration water, because I was absolutely wasting water because I had such easy access to it in Quartzsite, and I mistakenly thought it was everywhere was like that. And once I realized it wasn't, I had to make some major adjustments. Trash was another issue because in Quartzsite, I burned a lot of it in the fire pit. And what didn't get burned, could just easily take down to the dumpster that was in the campground. That wasn't the case anywhere else that I went. And then some places there were fire restrictions, so you couldn't burn part of your trash and just take some of it. You had to haul all of it. So that taught me to be less wasteful and to pack my food differently as well. When I would go grocery shopping, I would take my food out of big bulky packaging and put her in smaller packaging, so I wouldn't have to worry about where I was going to dump the trash or how I was going to have to haul heavier bags of trash. Things like that. And even with leftovers, you can't make a lot of food. Tupperware and containers that I had, you can't use those because you can't fill up your refrigerator, because I stock my refrigerator to the top. I pack it out, I max it out when I leave Phoenix, so when I go to the campground, I won't have to go anywhere for at least 2, maybe 3 weeks. So that means I have a couple of juices. I like the fresh pressed apple juice, so I usually get 2 or 3 of those and kind of ration myself. You drink, because I drink a lot of water, and I have a case of water, and all that stuff is heavy, and then all that stuff produces trash. So I've learned how to be mindful of that. But with chronic illnesses, water is a must, because water keeps you hydrated. It keeps your joints juicy. I noticed when I would run low on water and I would start rationing, I would have an uptick in my aches and pains. And you can't do that. You need the water. So having access to water is really, really incredible and necessary. I had it, and even in Quartzsite, I realized that I don't really like Quartzsite. They have the best sunrises, sunsets, and moonrises, but the amenities as far as the grocery stores, they just don't have them. Quartzsite is just really a big campground city with RV parks, trailer parks, and mobile homes, and big campgrounds. So you don't have accessibility to things like I did when I went to Flagstaff, and it was the whole city, just a regular city. So I've learned so much during this journey that I know, like I said, what I do like, what I don't like, what I want, what I don't like. And being solo works for me. I like the isolation. I like the solitude. I wouldn't mind connecting with someone every now and again for a couple, 2, 3 days, and probably that's it. I don't want to entertain anyone, and I don't want anyone to feel like they need to entertain me. So I do good by myself. I like it by myself, but I've always been a loner and an introvert. And I like the isolation. I like the private. I'm a book nerd. I like to read and, do my art when I can, which is like craft work, handwork, not like drawing. I don't draw. But studying and the quiet and the peace, it works for me. So for anyone who stuck around with me from the beginning, I really appreciate you for coming along for the ride. And next month I'll be talking about my 1 year anniversary. I'm so proud of myself. I'm very proud of myself. I've come a long way, and I appreciate all of the support and the encouragement, and I appreciate you for following my journey. Peace, love, and blessings. Luna out.